10 o'clock, 18 degrees downtown, not bad. It's been up a little higher than that. Weatherman says 21 degrees today. I'm saying 24 degrees, even though Barbara says 25. I think we're going to get to both of those, to be honest with you. In fact, I think Barbara's going to win it yet again today. It's going to be a blinder of a day and a great weekend. It is Friday, March 19th. And for everybody that are watching us right now, I tell you what, let me do this first.
Galaxy 107fm.
And folks, you're going to absolutely love this. You really, really are. Because today, we're in the realm of greatness. We really, really are. And I'm talking about Grammy member herself, AnneMarie Picerno. And she's coming out of course, Nashville. And it is such a pleasure to have her with us. And believe me, you may remember the last time we spoke, we played this song. We still get a huge request for this song.
I love that song.
Yeah. Believe me, I'm a big fan, AnneMarie. I really am. So I love your work. And I always have done. As an engineer myself, and believe me, I've been a studio engineer for almost 40 years. And also a front of house engineer.
Hi,
I
Tina.
really do
Hi,
love your
everyone
work. So I'm very impressed.
Music is arranged by my good friend and producer Bob McGilpin, and we just work really well. I would say that this song, I mean, we did other songs before. Bonfire was like the first big one where we were trying to put a lot of parts in and out, and where we kind of got to know how each other worked. But Discount Tobacco and Beer, we definitely had fun, and that's when we really hooked into going back and forth off each other. Him with those little guitar licks and all the little cool little sounds he comes up with around my voice, and I of course busted out with kind of like the improv at the end, and I don't know how I got that high note either. I go in the studio, I can sing notes like I never had. It's like come home and it's like can't get them anymore, but when I'm in the studio I get pretty inspired.
I get it. I do. I understand. I really do. Tina is joining us from Oklahoma. Nice to have you with us, Tina. Thank you very much for tuning in. Babette's with us as well. Babette McCready. Also, John Pater's with us. Nice to have the brother man with us. It really is.
Mr. Greenstreet.
And AnneMarie Picerno. Nice to have you with us. I haven't actually seen your name before, so welcome to Galaxy. And I've got somebody there. Oh, hey, brother. No, thank you, John. It is an absolute pleasure. Today, we're talking to Grammy member, of course, AnneMarie Picerno. And believe me, you will love this. And she's a huge feature in our blues segments.
And Baby wants to say, tell AnneMarie that she's watching from Jacksonville.
Oh, Babette McCready is watching from Jacksonville. She says, please tell Babette that she wants to say hello. Anyway, let's go to the desk. That's right, you're right here at Galaxy 107 FM. Got to welcome everybody along that's joining us, and believe me, I'm really excited. But let's do this first. If you're going to be watching this a little later on over there on YouTube, you know what to do, right? You do, yeah. Sub, thumb, bell. Bingo. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Well, you know, bell for notifications, of course. Especially when we have absolutely legends in the game like we're joined today. And we're in the amongst of greatness today. We really, really are. AnneMarie Picerno is joining us. Later on today, we're going to be talking to the former lead guitarist of Muddy Waters as well. Stay in with us today. Fantastic. And our screen's just gone black. I don't know whether that's... oh, there we go. We're back again. That was rather scary there for a minute. I've never seen our screen go black like that before, especially when we've got somebody so pretty on the other end. Good morning, good afternoon over there, AnneMarie Picerno.
It's Picerno, but you know what? Probably in Italian, it is Picerno. But we're on the American side when I guess my great-great-parents moved in here from supposedly Picerne, Italy. They made it Picerno.
Okay.
But awesome to be.
Yeah, look, I'm sorry. I actually I'm a Kiwi. I read things the way they look. You know what I mean? So, Picerno.
Italian way for sure.
Well, the closest I got to, well, you know, I've been to Palermo before, so I've had a little bit of experience over there, but not a lot. I toured over there with a band many, many years ago. So, and unfortunately, we wanted to go to Rome and all the good, you know, we get to Palermo, and that was it. But still, it was fun to have. Now, AnneMarie, I've absolutely been a big fan of yours, and we haven't seen each other for a minute or so now, I think just over a year. Is it too late to say Happy New Year?
No, because you know what? It is a new year, and it's been a year, and during this time we've all been in lockdown and the whole virus BS, and, you know, I'm actually proud of a lot of artists, like shout-outs to, like, D-Rock and Michelle Lee and a lot of indie artists and even the stations such as yourself, Galaxy107fm, persevering through all this where, you know, you can't go here, you can't go there, and just so many restrictions. And I actually think that this coming year will be the most creative yet because we've all just kept pushing through and keep on doing what we're doing. And so a lot of great things have actually come out of probably a pretty dark period, but we're doing great.
I got to agree with you. I really, really do. Now, Babette says she's a huge fan, a big, big fan. So, absolutely brilliant. Michelle Lee, I'm a big fan of Michelle Lee's, actually, and she's a 10-time Josie Award winner in her own right. But, AnneMarie, you also have won a Josie or two, haven't you?
Yes, I did win a Josie Music Award for my Best Musical Collaboration, Bonfire, which I wrote along with the help of Gene DiPiero on the lyrics, and we put all the music together with Bob McGilpin, and then I decided the song was all about people coming together, so why not get other independent artists on the song singing with us, because it was all about unity and letting go of regrets and, you know, working together. And so I did, and we definitely did win a great award, and the song's done really well, and it's also one of my favorite songs. I don't think I have any song that I've written and recorded and put to radio that I don't like, but I do have a few favorites.
Believe me, I get it. I really, really do. Tim Steinreich's in the house. Hello, brother. Nice to have you with us. It really, really is. And it's going to be a pleasure catching up with you on York's World this weekend. Looking forward to that. And if you haven't seen the cover of Indie Magazine right now, go and have a look. Yeah, our good friend Steve Lynch, cover boy. He is absolutely the cover boy. So elated about that. Now, I've got to ask you, because it has been a while since we caught up, and the last time we caught up, the big noise about AnneMarie was, of course, discount tobacco and beer. And you are still getting a huge, huge amount of requests for this. So let's request our audio audience. Tell me a little bit about it.
Well, you know, I've been writing a lot of songs about my life since I moved here to Nashville 8 years ago. So when I first moved here, you know, you do run into a lot of singer-songwriters and homeless people that are singer-songwriters. And you know, you have to be careful, but a lot of people came through my living room, slept on my couch, and people that I tried to help, some got themselves back up, others just, you find out they're just professional users. But I was brand new to Nashville and didn't quite get that dynamic when I first moved here. So there were these two characters that they did a drive, and one was a great singer, even though he was homeless, and once in a while I'd bring him food and things like that. And he used to sleep under a tree, under a Taco Bell. And, you know, you can't lift anybody up that doesn't want to be lifted up. But for that time period, we were friends, and I was getting to know the Nashville scene and the songwriter round. So I'd ask where did they want to go on a Friday night, and they wanted to pool their change and get a cheap pack of cigarettes that they'd split and a pint of beer or bottle in a brown bag. And we'd go to this discount tobacco and beer with the yellow sign because that's where everything was the cheapest, and they'd scrape their change and, you know, buy what they wanted, and that was their idea of a fun Friday night. So I haven't yet done the music video because kind of COVID hit, but it's basically about, you know, you're going to go out with certain folks and you know that you might get in trouble, but you're going to have a good time kind of deal. And it's about just knowing that you don't have a lot, but you know what you do have kind of song. And my idea for the video that I would love to do, but it does involve people, would be, you know, maybe Jesus is the chauffeur driving by us in a limousine as our old, battered, beat-up car is broken down with the smoke billowing out on the side of the road, and they pull up, the chauffeur driver, and says, "Where do you want to go? We'll take you anywhere you want to go." And we're like, discount tobacco and beer. Like car karaoke in the car, get to the discount tobacco and beer at the yellow sign. We go in there. Of course, it's the foreign guy behind the counter that's seen us for years. That, you know, was a big thing for him to come to America and have his own business. And we plunked out our change. And, you know, the ending of the video, I have a little funny thing, you know, because people with suits and ties might walk by us and give us the look like, oh, you know, we're lowlifes. But by the end of the video, everybody's singing and dancing, and that whole rock out ending, and coming out of the back of the chauffeur, like Ringling Butter's Barnum and Bailey Circus, you know, where all the clowns keep coming out of the car, and we're all in the parking lot having a great time. So that's our Friday night. But that's just kind of, you know, the idea I had when I wrote the song, and I wanted it to be bluesy. Bob McGilpin did the music. I thought he did a great job, you know, with all the parts and the beat. And it was on the first ballot in American Roots for last year's Grammys. And, you know, as an indie artist, just being a Grammy member and even getting your music accepted on the ballot where people can actually vote for it is an awesome thing. And, you know, I have a lot of thanks also to Bongo Boy Records and Monique Grimm, who has, you know, put out a lot of my music and some of my music videos on Bongo Boy Television, because she's been a great help to not only myself, but a lot of independent artists with, you know, opportunities that don't cost you an arm and a leg. So,
you know, now, AnneMarie, I don't know whether you know this or not, but our Queen of Country Music here at Galaxy is actually Michelle Lee. The King, would you believe, is actually D-Rock. And believe me, they fit that status very, very well. But maybe unbeknownst to you, we have AnneMarie Picerno, let's get it right, Picerno, as the Queen of Blues here at Galaxy.
oh yeah, I'd say so. That's even what D-Rock said. You are a blues singer. You need to do more blues. And, you know, he's come over here a couple times to film some things that I've helped him video. I enjoy videoing and taking photos, and, you know, I help other artists when they need video because I think I have a good eye, and I like to see people in their, what I see as their uniqueness as far as how they look. And I want to say the Muddy Water lyric video that D-Rock put out, he actually came over to my place here. And, you know, I'm on some rolling grass and hills and trees around here and filmed all those little clips that are in that Muddy Water lyric video, and I enjoy doing stuff like that. The challenge is when COVID hit and we put out Money Pain, and that is the one song so far out in stores that I did not write, because I write all my music in words. But Bob McGilpin, my producer, said, hey, I got a great song that's bluesy, rocky, a lot like Discount Tobacco and Beer in the energy, and, would you want to sing it with me? And I'm like, yeah, I'll do that, absolutely, because we're become good friends as well. And we did the recording and put it out, and then we wanted to do the video, but we couldn't get together in person. And so we had to come up with something creative of how was I going to do a music video when COVID was first hitting last March. And so I've learned a lot over the last year about videoing, making music videos, knowing how to even film myself, take other clips, and, he got his clips remotely and put it all together, and, did really well on a lot of radio and independent charts, plus also on this past Grammy's first ballot as well in American Roots. And the video also was on Bongo Boy TV and a lot of other TV platforms. So I feel like I'm finally at that place where not only I write the songs, I got a great producer and collaborator when we want to sing together, and now I know how to put the messages in whatever format I want in the videos that I'm starting to make to even put out to a further audience, and I'm really enjoying it. I think not everybody knows how to make a music video, and it's a lot of fun.
Believe me, I fully understand. I really, really do. Now, Bob McGilpin, tell us how you guys met. This guy is an absolute genius. How did you meet up with Bob McGilpin?
Well, I'm not sure how old he is. He is a little older than me. But probably when I was a kid, back in the 70s, he actually had 3 Billboard hits. One was Sexy Thing, You Sexy Thing, a disco tune. And I remember that. Dun, 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 dun. And he's got the curly fro hair and the disco shoes with the high heels and the gold shiny pants, and he's dancing over there in France on some VH1 program doing backflips. He's singing and throwing himself backwards and doing and then standing, and I'm like, oh my gosh, this is my producer. And I want to say Make You Feel My Love, but I could be wrong on that title. And then another one, Disco Queen. So he was a performer himself. So his wife and him used to be out in L.A., and they've been in Nashville now several years. And she raises money for cancer foundations, and he custom builds guitars and amps to donate, plus produces a lot of other independent artists. So Steve Owen and Benny Pitzinger, I don't know if you ever played their music. They're kind of like country storyteller type songwriter artist. And they said, we're recording today. Why don't you come on out? And that's how I met Bob. I went to the studio, which was Bob's house, and got to meet him. And I had just broken my face and my nose and everything. This is like 3-4 years ago, I want to say. And I was trying to get back up. I was trying to, and they were trying to encourage me to get back out and just be around music. And that's what your friends do. So I'm very grateful to them. And Bob heard me play some of my songs, and boom, we started. The first couple songs were Rain, I Don't Know What Love Is, Bonfire, then we had Closer, and Trouble. That was by Kenny Lee. Bob didn't do that one, but then Discount Tobacco and Beer. And we just kept trying to raise the bar, and we tried all sorts of different genres, but always in that pocket of mixed, like, country, blues, rock, pop, depending on what the song's about is kind of how I decide what I want it to sound like.
AnneMarie, you took me down memory lane. I remember the video very, very well. And I'm going to say to you, next time you see Bob, I'll offer him $100 if he can do that today.
Do what?
A backflip. Yeah, in heels.
Fall over, and then we'll roll them over.
And that doesn't get $100, but if he puts on a set of heels and does a backflip today, I'll give him $100. I really will. Sharon and Ed, welcome along, Sharon, and also a good friend to Galaxy is Kiwi, of course. Robert Gillies, nice to have you with us as well, brother man. Kia ora to you. Now, at the same time, I'm kind of colourblind. Now, let me just find the skinny on this one, because believe me, I'm fascinated with this. Tell me all about colourblind.
Well, you know, sometimes I'm not even sure myself how I come up with these ideas, but, you know, colorblind and people across Facebook fighting, calling each other racist, or this is racist, and that's racist, and you're racist, and, you know, and a hot topic because there are racists out there, and there are people that discriminate, and there aren't hate crimes, and, you know, not just African Americans, but, you know, you have with the whole virus thing, Asian people being assaulted, and you know, Americans. We're in America. And, you know, I can only speak for where I live, but I'm sure it's worldwide. Unfortunately, discrimination and hate all exist. However, because people are so volatile about it, I didn't want to actually just say racist or use any of those words in the song. I was thinking about it, and I was thinking, what if we were blind, you know, blind to hate? Because I was thinking of it, a baby. A baby is born, and if you ever watched, I don't know, Maury Povich or any of these talk shows, Jerry Springer, will have like a 4 or 5-year-old on, and he's spouting Hitler, right? It's like, where did he learn that from? So hate is learned. Violence is learned. All those things are learned, just like love is learned, and kindness is learned, and unity is learned. So it really depends on where was somebody born, and how were they raised, and what perspective possibly did their family or parents have when they grew up to come up with these beliefs, whether it's positive or negative. So I was thinking about that, you know, colorblind. What if we were colorblind in our hearts and in our minds? So what color of love are you? Do you have love? You know, what color of grace? You know, what visions do you have of unity? Can you see the world being peaceful? And now, granted, if somebody grew up in a real violent family life or in a violent country somewhere where they didn't have the opportunity, their perspective is going to be different. But it really does open the conversation. So as far as the lyrics, I decided to make these traits all about a person's character. You know, peace, grace, unity, kindness, love, and ask the question, what if we could be colorblind? So that's where all that came from. And then when I did the video, I took it a step further because we were even further in the virus shutdown. And so I said, I'm going to be these different characters. I'm going to be the queen, the controller of the power. I'm going to be a vigilante. I'm going to be a warrior. You know, I'm going to be a sorceress, like a good witch. I'm going to be, and you know, once you start getting into costumes and wigs, it starts becoming really fun. But shot the whole thing myself, edited the whole thing myself, and put it together, and, you know, and it came out, in my opinion, great for everything that I had to do myself. I like made a video that showed all these different character traits and people posing that question, can we, you know, get rid of hate, and, you know, can we be colorblind?
Exactly, and believe me, I'm loving the video as well. Here's AnneMarie Picerno. I'm going to get it right sooner or later. Here's Colorblind. In the news this morning, AnneMarie, here in New Zealand, it says the United States US Congress addresses anti-Asian discrimination after 149% increase in hate crimes.
Hey, everyone.
Yeah.
That's
Yeah,
incredible.
every time I think I had it bad growing up, I just feel for anybody that, as a very innocent child or, growing up in an environment that is war-torn, or whether it's discrimination to race or women or kids. It's just, I really... There's another song I wrote about being kind that I have not yet released. That might be the next release. And that's kind of like a pop rock experimental kind of opera. Pop rock opera. Think Meatloaf or... But Bob McGilvin went to town on an electric guitar and all that, and it's about kindness, but it's also about people dying. It's, once again, exploring the yin and yang. And... so my last couple songs have been a little more serious in the lyrics. And I think the one that's coming up will be it. It's just simply because I want to also sing and write about positive things as well.
Yeah, absolutely.
Something strikes you in the news. And
I get it. Believe me, I get it. I really do. And believe me, we're getting... We need positive stuff in the news. We don't get enough of it anywhere, anytime. We really don't.
The sick world, I hate to say it, because, a lot of discussion about the recent Grammy show and women rolling all over each other on stage. Okay, they sold, I don't know, how many millions and millions of records and whatever, the R&B, rap, millions, because that is considered cool by certain people.
Yeah.
And the rap and the hoe stuff and all the nasty language and all that, that's every day for some people. And sometimes I wonder, are we being taken over by the devil? Is our world being taken over by evil and evil people? A lot of people weren't happy with that broadcast, with some of what was broadcast, even though they say, well, it was beeped out. If you know the words to these songs, a lot of discussion on Twitter, across social media about whether it was appropriate. And then, it takes away the focus of what was the music and the award show about awarding excellence. But that's the commercial aspect of who sold 1 billion copies or whatever. A lot of other great artists, had some great performances, but it seems like the bad was highlighted.
Exactly.
Because I actually had some independent artist friends for children's music, Broadway album with Alanis Morissette's Jagged Little Pill one, and I know who produced it. I've met them at events when I've gone out there to LA, and the children's music, our independent artists, they won, and whoever won in New Age, he's an independent artist. And so it's really cool that I'm right below that glass ceiling, being a 3-year member and going out to the showcases and meeting other members and independent artists, and some are breaking through, they're breaking through with, so it gives me hope, it just, all it means is, money controls a lot of things. I got money pain, right?
That's a good segue.
I don't buy so much, but I'm always very appreciative to anybody that buys my music or plays it on the radio, like Galaxy107 FM, and, the support we get, because, it's really cool that you made up a song, you recorded it, you put it out there, and then somebody is actually listening to it halfway around the world. I would say that's successful, because not everybody's going to have $500,000 to
Exactly. Let's go to the desk here, right?
Radio,
Galaxy.
That's right, you're right here at Galaxy 107 FM. It is 18 away from 11 o'clock and 21 degrees downtown. That's what the weatherman's prediction is. Therefore, believe me, the next stop is mine at 24 degrees. I think I'm going to win. Oh, look at this. AnneMarie's got a...
So we've got to have her make an appearance this year. This is...
That is very, very cool.
Bring it back.
Very cool. All the girls here are saying, please bring it back. Let's have photos.
Oh, she's mad. Hold on. Here we go. Oh, come here.
Okay, Chris, be quick. There you go. Nice.
Cool. There we go.
That's fantastic. It really, really is. Again, what was the name of the cat there? What was his name?
It's a she. Her name's Boo Boo.
Boo Boo. Okay.
Yeah, when the lockdown happened, I want to say it was about May, she got a little sick and I got a hair in my... She ended up being diagnosed diabetic, and I'd say she's anywhere between 12 and 14 because she's a stray. And so not only were we in lockdown and then working from home, but then I had to deal with a diabetic cat. And she's doing so much better now and gotten really fat, but she just takes a teeny little bit of insulin that I have to give her twice a day, and they're pretty hopeful that she'll be off of it hopefully another month or so. So it was about 6 to 7, 8 months that she's been on this insulin therapy and doing really well. So
very, very cool, and love that. I really, really do. Now, guys, believe me, this is absolutely fantastic because we're releasing to the world a brand spanking new song for AnneMarie, and we absolutely love this. I've played it a couple of times now. I've got to be honest with you, AnneMarie, but I haven't said anything to anybody, just played it, and we got inundated there for a while, going who, what, when, where, how, and when are we going to be doing an interview. So, tell me all about Money Pain.
well, we got Money Pain was simply Bob's the one that called me with the idea and said, would you sing on this? So I said yes. And he wrote it with one of his friends, Larry Morton. So he sent me over the tracks to listen. I'm like, yeah, this is cool. And he was singing it, you know, his voice on it, and said, what can you do to add? I'm like, he goes, I want you to go to town on it, like discount tobacco and beer. And went in there, and usually when we work together, I'll sing it once through, we play back, and then we'll go back in and add other background voices, and had a great time. And, you know, I definitely do love blues and blues rock. I mean, but when I was learning to sing, I also loved Celine Dion and Mariah Carey and all the Broadway because I had the theater training, and Patti LaBelle, Aretha Franklin, Etta James. I mean, I could go on and on and on. So to belt like that and get up into soul, for me, it's a lot of fun. And so we put it together, and that is definitely one of my favorite songs, and I didn't write it. Bob wrote it. But definitely one of my favorite songs, and we've been messaging since then. I think he's got another one coming that will be similar to Money Pain, but better. I mean, it's going to be another blues tune that is going to be rocking. He says he's got one. So I'm like, okay, I'm on board. We'll do it.
I'm excited about that. I really, really am. But first of all, let's release to our audio audience all around the world. Here she is with Money Pain. Here's AnneMarie Picerno. So how you feeling, AnneMarie? You okay?
Yeah, I'm doing great. You know, and that song we decided to make kind of about, you know, how hard artists struggle to get their music out there, and just the average person to get by with Money Pain, but it's tongue-in-cheek, too. You know,
Believe me.
that's almost the biggest stress, I think, for a lot of people. Even when they say people, you know, suicides and things because their business failed or they feel like they can't provide for their family, and on the music side, you're constantly, not having nice things because every penny you're putting into your music and working and paying your regular living and all the stuff you got to pay, but then the fun money doesn't go to fun sometimes. It goes into the business side of music and promotion, and then it stops becoming fun. So Money Pain definitely was a great, rejuvenation for me as far as saying, I like singing in this voice, and of course working with Bob is great, and having fun all the way to putting the video together, and I think I want to do more songs like that in that blues rock type of vein, and where you can really sing. It's not, I do like traditional country. I actually find traditional country, and I love Patsy Cline, too easy for me to sing. I like challenging myself vocally with whatever, what you hear in Money Pain and stuff is challenging yourself to go places, with your voice.
I love that. I really, really do. Now, at the same time, did you do the video yourself?
Yeah. Now, that was my first music video I tried to put together. And Bob, it was right during COVID, so he didn't feel comfortable with us getting together to film, and rightfully so. He's a little older, as is his wife, and, they want to stay healthy. So I'm like, okay, well, why don't you try this character and, do some stuff by your grand piano, and gave him some suggestions, and I did the same here at my house, and somehow it all came together. Some people that watch the video go, oh, wow, you guys get along so great, but we were never in the same room.
Fair enough. Let's get back to the desk.
But,
That's right. You're right here at Galaxy 107 FM, and I know Robert Gillis is going to absolutely love that. He's a huge, huge fan of the blues, the man himself, and what an artist in his own right. And nice to have you with us. Anthony Ligori is with us as well. Elvis is in the house. Love to have you along, and looking forward to doing an interview with you in the very, very near future as well. Now, I'm joined today, literally, by the Queen of Blues here at Galaxy, and she needs no introduction, really. But I'm really excited about this because she's kind of letting out of the little cat out of the bag that she's going to come back again. She's releasing new music. Will you come back again, AnneMarie?
Oh, absolutely. I'll always come back and support you guys. And, you never know what you're going to get when I send you a song. But, some people are like, I can't wait to hear what's next, because it really depends not only what's going on in my life and the world, but just how my mood, Like I said, the next song might be like a little bit like an Adele pop rock, dark kind of symphony song, and then Bob comes in with this like Santana guitar solo, and it's different. It's a big song too. We really wrestled over it. And I have something in mind for music videos, and people are starting to get out more here in Nashville, and it just depends on what you try and do, but I want to get other people in on my music videos too. But I've got a lot of stuff going on, besides radio interviews and magazine features. There's a live stream. Sharon Leah is a great rock artist of her own out of New Jersey, and she's got an organization called Ladies Who Rock for a Cause. And all the money that they raise usually it's live concerts, but this will be a live stream concert with various artists, including some Grammy winners and nominees in it, playing live. And the money usually goes to somebody that's needing assistance. That's why they call it Ladies Who Rock for a Cause. It's a fundraiser, a humanitarian organization. And I want to say that's going to be broadcast and streamed April 18th. I'm pretty sure it's the 18th of April. So I've had to do video for that, and video for another show out in Australia, Kerrigan LeBroy's Gethsemane on TV. He's a pastor that is on a lot of country stations. So a lot of live stuff going on now, and that's how stations and artists are persevering is, you got to get out of pajamas, and put on your hair and makeup and, and perform. And so I'm learning a lot of that. Where I live, it's not completely conducive to have a home studio, but I would love to, and I that's my goal, is to put out more live video of myself performing and, playing on stages, and then getting out into Nashville. And, I've been getting up with some bands and singing, some great musicians out here in Nashville. And you got to push a little bit, but there's a lot more coming, and a lot of it will be video and what's on TV and Roku channel and all those stations, right? What is it? Fire TV and Apple and Bongo Boy Television, and I just keep sending my videos out there. But some of them will be like little feature clips, meaning I'll be interviewing and promoting another artist and putting it together to help my fellow independent artists. So I did that for Jimmy Parker. I don't know if you know him. Sent a little interview and his music video off to a TV station, and they were like, oh, this is great. Because I don't know if I can do 10 episodes and, 30-minute shows and be on a regular schedule. It's always you run, but I love doing little features. So when opportunities happen or I'm out and about at an event, I'm starting to get my video camera out and film these artists or talk with them and, give them little features and then just send them off to my contacts to get out there just as a personality as well as an artist and musician.
Absolutely love that, AnneMarie. I really, really do. Unfortunately, we've run out of time right now, but I would...
No.
Yeah, we always do. We really, really do. But I'm looking forward to catching up with you again in the near future. Now, just stay safe and healthy, won't you?
Oh, absolutely. And thank you, Grant and Barbara. And Boo Boo says it's time for her dinner. And we'll definitely be back and definitely send you our song. And hope everybody can check out my website, AnneMariePicerno.com, where you'll find all the tabs and links to all my music and all my social media.
There you go. And believe me, you're going to get another 5,000 friends as soon as, you'll be busy. You really will. But right now, don't go anywhere just yet, AnneMarie. But right now, we'll go over to the other studio. You're right here at Galaxy. Good morning.
Galaxy 107 FM.